While I was singing happy birthday, my dad announced his own surprise. I was holding the cake with 30 candles, leading everyone in the song, when my father stood up from his chair and clinked his wine glass with a fork. The singing trailed off awkwardly. My mom was sitting at the head of the table wearing the sparkly tiara my brother bought her as a joke. She had tears already forming because she always cried at her birthdays. Grateful tears, she called them. I figured dad was about to give one of his classic cheesy toasts about how beautiful she still looked after all these years. Instead, he cleared his throat and said, "Before we cut the cake, I need to make an announcement. I'm leaving your mother tonight. I've been seeing someone else and I'm moving in with her." The candles were still burning. Wax started dripping onto the vanilla frosting my mom had specifically requested. Nobody moved, nobody breathed. My mom's face cycled through confusion, disbelief, and then something that looked like her soul leaving her body. My younger brother dropped his phone and it cracked against the tile floor. My aunt gasped so loud I'm pretty sure the neighbors heard through the walls. I just stood there holding this stupid cake while my father casually explained that he'd been dating a woman from his office for 2 years and they were in love and he was done pretending. Like 30 years of marriage was just an acting role he'd grown tired of performing. My mom started crying. Not the grateful birthday tears, but the kind that come from somewhere deep and permanently broken. She kept whispering 30 years over and over, like repeating the number might somehow change what was happening. The tiara slipped off her head and landed in her lap. I set the cake down on the table so hard that the frosting cracked down the middle and one of the candles fell over. "You couldn't wait one single day?" I asked, my voice shaking with rage. "You had to destroy her on her birthday? In front of everyone?" My father actually shrugged, like I'd asked him about the weather forecast. "I've been waiting long enough already. She told me I need to stop living a double life and start being authentic," she told me. Like this other woman's opinion about authenticity mattered more than 3 decades of marriage and 2 children and a wife who just wanted to blow out her candles and eat cake with her family. My brother stood up from the table without saying a word and walked out the front door. 10 seconds later, I heard his car start in the driveway and peel away. My aunt had moved to comfort my mom, rubbing her back and shooting death glares at my father. And dad just stood there in his pressed shirt, checking his watch like he had somewhere important to be, like there was a schedule to keep. "The candles are making a mess," he said, pointing at the melting wax pooling on the frosting. "Someone should probably blow those out before they ruin the whole cake." Something inside me snapped completely. I picked up that cake with both hands and walked directly toward him. He started backing up with his palms raised. "Now hold on, let's not do anything." I shoved the entire cake directly into his chest. Frosting exploded across his expensive golf shirt. Chunks of vanilla cake crumbled down his pressed khakis and onto his leather shoes. A candle stuck to his collar, somehow still flickering against the fabric. "There," I said calmly. "Blown out." He sputtered and cursed while frantically wiping chocolate and vanilla from his eyes and spitting frosting from his mouth. My aunt let out a sharp laugh she tried to cover with her hand. Even my mom stopped sobbing for a moment to stare at the spectacle of her soon-to-be ex-husband covered head to toe in her own birthday cake. My father pointed at me with frosting dripping from his finger onto the floor. "You're going to seriously regret doing that." "No," I said, stepping closer to him. "I really don't think I will, but you definitely will." He stormed toward the front door, leaving a trail of cake crumbs across the carpet. We could hear him in the driveway calling his girlfriend, complaining loudly about his ruined clothes and his crazy daughter and how this family had always been impossible. My mom looked at the destroyed mess on the floor and table, then back at me. A tiny smile cracked through her tears. "That was actually a really good cake," she whispered. "I'll make you a better one tomorrow," I promised her. And 3 weeks later, my father called asking if we could have lunch and talk things over. Apparently, his girlfriend had broken up with him almost immediately. She didn't appreciate him showing up to their romantic new beginning covered in birthday cake and smelling like buttercream. She said it was a sign of the chaos and drama that would follow him everywhere. She was absolutely right.